Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I know it is getting a little bit frustrating. I know it is, but that's just normal. Because we are in a corrective wave structure and possibly still in a situation where this wave 4 might not even have finished yet. And typically in a situation where we are in a wave 4, people tend to get frustrated. It's when people get bought out. And this is just sort of the sentiment within the wave structure, right? And if you understand what people are feeling in the wave and the sentiment, then you sometimes get a really good vision about what kind of wave are we actually in. I did share that yesterday with channel members. I just want to, because we do some education in the channel membership as well. It's something that I just illustrated based on my understanding of the wave structure and the Elliott waves, and just to give a very simple view of what is sort of the sentiment in each of the waves. Now, we are currently possibly in this fourth wave, on a smaller time frame. However, within a larger fifth wave of possibly a wave 1, so somewhere here. Now, wave 4 means frustration, so you will see this sense of frustration in the wave 4 as well. However, in a larger wave of euphoria. So you get these mixtures of feelings, and that's probably what you need to understand, that it's not as easy as, okay, everybody's frustrated, because you are within a larger bullish wave 5 in an impulse, okay? Now again, if that is again in a larger bullish pattern, or if that is in a larger corrective pattern, that's still what this story is still being written. But understand about these different shifts in sentiment which are happening. For example, if we after this fifth wave, and we talked about this is the entire move, for example, since November, and we are sort of getting towards the end of it. And by all means, at the end of this rally, if we get one more wave up, this is euphoria within euphoria, maximum greed, you could say. But after, this is when everybody's getting bullish and it can't go down anymore, and so on. I've heard it many times. Then it will come down at the end, and then at the end of the wave 2, that's when you see all these bearish news. Everybody's super bearish. It can't go up anymore. Exactly what people said in November, when I highlighted to you that one more wave up would look much better, and that we should get some kind of an impulsive rally to the upside. Even though I didn't anticipate that much of a rally, but we anticipated a rally here. And typically everybody, there were so many comments about, no, it can't go up anymore, you have no idea. And of course, it's because the human nature doesn't change, and that's why this wave structure is so powerful. Because when you think it can't go worse, from a sentiment point of view, everybody's super bearish, but actually everybody expects prices to go down lower, then typically the reversal happens. So of course it's not exact science, if it was exact science, it would be certainty. It's not certainty, it's probabilities, okay? But understand, that's why I did read it in the comments this morning. It's always interesting to see. I did read it in the comments. Some people, I'm not doing any more trading. I took all profits. I'm gonna leave the market and things like that. And some comments about people being bored. But that happens, and when that happens, it typically tells me we are quite close to a breakout. Now, if this breakout is going up or down, we will see. The Elliott waves allow us to understand that at the moment, there are different possibilities. It can go up, surely it can go down. My preference would still be a breakout to the upside here, as long as we're holding that support area that is unchanged, and it has been unchanged since we entered that area. So the idea is still that as long as we're holding 23,340, we have a good chance to put here one more high in the 26, 27K area. It would be ideal. However, we start to see something that you could call an ascending wedge. And that's certainly a warning. Because this, what looked a bit like a triangle, has morphed into what you could consider an ascending wedge. Now, this is typically something that you could call a bearish pattern. Just be aware of it at this stage. We talked yesterday in the video about we have a possible 5-wave move up. That's unchanged, and that we could be coming down in a wave 2, which we might be doing just now. And as long as we're holding the Sunday low or the Monday low here at 23,830 in the very short term, this pattern is valid still, okay? But there are various patterns which are possible. Some which suggest we could break it to the downside, of course. Some which suggest we could go up. And therefore, because this is absolute micro counting, nothing has changed looking at the bigger picture. But we are talking here about really micro counting, and this is just one possible roadmap. Various possibilities are there. And that's why it's important in a corrective structure, which this still is, don't be married to a particular wave count, but understand the key pivot point, decision point, invalidation point. And for me, this is the 23,340 level. If we go down from here, we are probably going to test and retest those lows from early last week. But yeah, I think we just need a bit more patience. I mean, maybe today we're going to get some kind of a breakout here. What I can tell you is that the S&P looks quite weak at the moment. The DXY is in an uptrend, yeah, but possibly short term is going to drop a little bit before it goes up further. So we've got that mixture of influences again. So, but the S&P is showing quite a bit of weakness. So it will be interesting how they start today into the new trading week. But yeah, it's all about this support level. Yeah, I'm not doing anything here at this stage with Bitcoin anyway, because I still have my Ethereum trade, a few altcoin trades. I'm waiting for further upside. If we don't get it, then I'm gonna get stopped out in profit and we'll reassess the situation, look for the next high probability entry point. Bitcoin, I don't do anything because I didn't enter here because we didn't reach the target area. So I left it with Ethereum. And yeah, for now, it's about observing this. But an ascending wedge is always a heads up that a breakout to the downside might get more likely. It's too early to say that, but an ascending wedge is a pattern of exhaustion. Yeah, and maybe it means, and that is a possibility, that this fifth wave that we talked about is going to be created in an ending diagonal. You often see these ending diagonals as ascending wedges. They are patterns of exhaustion. Now, it's a bit too early to say that, but we'll see it. So be aware of it. It's too early to really have a very well-defined wedge pattern. I think we need a few more bounces here to really paint the picture. But yeah, it's getting, as I said in the Ethereum video and over the last week, most easy money here in this move since November has been made. And it's now getting into a region where I think FOMO is misplaced, because this is a bad place to FOMO in, because it is probably getting towards the end of this rally. It is with a high likelihood a fifth wave, and to have FOMO in a fifth wave towards the end of a rally is probably not the best place. FOMO in the third wave is better. In a fifth is showing, we're getting towards the end here. Now the next high probability entry point would be either if we retest those lows here of early last week, that could be the A wave low as highlighted here. Yeah, and to trade the B wave and maybe already the breakout. And if we don't break out, then it's just a B wave, and we could come down once more and see for a long-term entry point here. But then I'm not telling you this support area is definitely going to hold, but it needs to hold to confirm that the bear market is over. If it doesn't hold, we continue with the bear market, which I'm still leaning to. But just because I'm leaning to it doesn't mean I wouldn't also trade the upside if the market puts this one into advantage. Because if we get here into a long-term accumulation area for a wave 2, I'm going to take it. Yeah. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.